There is a young kid, a young guy, at the gym that I'm actually just leaving. And really cool guy, really interesting individual. I guess he's what, like 20? Maybe around 19, 20. And usually when I talk to somebody, I can immediately feel if they're going to be somebody who is like has the capacity to grow into something amazing. Someone who is going to be wealthy or something like that, you know. And am I crooked? I don't know if I'm crooked. Maybe I'm a little crooked. Not crooked as in crooked, but this type of crooked. Let's see. Check that out. Yeah, it's a little better, I guess. All right, whatever. So the why I bring him up is he hits the nail right on the head when it comes to success. And although he hasn't seen success yet, he's young, he his way of looking at things is so past his age. I wish I would have been in his shoes at his age. I would be really, 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 really wealthy, probably billionaire, given the track record. Anyway, so why do I bring him up? I bring him up because one, he's a janitor. He kind of is like the maintenance staff. He does the cleaning and janitorial stuff. Most people wouldn't spend the time of day talking to him because they want to get into the gym, they want to do their own thing, they don't want to be social, they don't want to help anybody else. So I go and start talking to him, and I'm thinking, dude, this guy is legit. He's awesome. Why? Because he makes about $1,000 a month working at this place. Mind you, this is in California, so he still lives with his parents, but he makes $1,000 a month. Half of it, he has it going to this account that he doesn't even have access to anymore. He set it up, had it go direct deposit there, cut up the cards so he couldn't have access to it, and he lives off of $500. He does whatever he can to live off of $500 a month. He'll eat top ramen, he'll do anything. And so his thought process is, if I can live off of the hardest amount possible, the least amount possible, the most difficult cost of living possible, not only does he know psychologically that he can survive. Obviously he lives with his parents, but he pays rent to them. It's not for free. He Did I say $1,000 per? Yeah, $1,000 per. So he lives off $1,000 per month. He makes $1,000 per paycheck. I take that back. $1,000 per paycheck. So $2,000 a month. And what he does is he wants to live off, so he figures out how to live off $1,000 per month, because he figures that if he does that, and I'm not going to edit this, whatever, the same concept still applies, that if he can live off $1,000, there's really no place lower to go for him. He's able to pay rent, he's able to pay for his cell phone, he's able to pay for his utilities, he's able to pay for all of those things. And then it forces him to be resourceful. He goes and finds ways to sell things, finds ways to flip items. And flipping meaning he'll buy it for one amount and then he'll take it and flip it for a higher amount. And it's taught him to be super resourceful. And he's started a clothing brand based off of the money he used to flip. So he invested into his own clothes, his own design. That's his dream, is to be a clothes designer. This isn't the same guy that I talked about in previous videos. He has his own brand that he's making. He's starting to already sell those. So then when he sells those, he also uses that money to go and buy things to sell and flip and make more money. And he's building this little engine. And his thought process is, my goal is predominantly the clothing line. But along the way, as he sees that gold mountain for the clothing line, along the way, he's going to pick up a gold nugget here that he finds on the road, a gold nugget there, and so on and so forth. And it's teaching him to see opportunity everywhere. That opportunity is not just, oh, if I'm going to do this one thing, if it doesn't work out, then I'm done. He sees the opportunity to make money in every single possible way as he's going along the road to his fortune, his mountain, the thing that he's really looking forward to. And so I am sitting there just loving the conversation, because it's very hard to find people who are like that. Most people are, one, they're not going to risk being an entrepreneur. They want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to make as much money as possible. They'll stay with a job that they hate, which I was that way too. They'll stay with a job that they hate in order to live a specific life. They won't challenge themselves to be resourceful. There's a whole bunch of different things that he is willing to do that other people are not willing to do. And because of that, he is learning things, which I think he just started doing this not too long ago. It was like a year ago. He's learning things that I know. I pay a lot of money to go to these different masterminds over in Dana Point, California, and really ritzy areas to learn from, very wealthy individuals. And the stuff that he's learning on his own is stuff that they had preached to people who are making, 7 figures. This is stuff that before I was making 7 figures, I wish I would have known and I would have practiced. And he's already on the road to doing that. And so the key of this whole video, and what I wanted to get at it, I wanted to get this out as much as possible. So if it sounds a little jumbled, it's just because I haven't fully processed it. But the key is that you have this one idea. That's great. That's fine. You should have that one idea of what you want to achieve in your life. The road to get there is going to be windy, and it's going to be filled with little gold nuggets on the side of that road. Some of them are fake gold, some of them are real gold. The key is not to go off and see that fake gold or the little gold nuggets, the real gold nuggets, and then go, oh, I'm just going to go off in this direction and just see that you made a little bit of money. It's just a little gold nugget, so you aren't really truly going to go in a direction necessarily that's going to lead you to this huge mountain of gold. Same thing with the fake gold. You pick it up on the side of the road and you're like, oh, this is fake, so that mountain must be fake, right? You want to specifically target your dream, which is that big mountain out there that deep down inside is going to be worth a lot to you. But along the way, knowing that you can pick up these nuggets. Sometimes you're gonna maybe veer off a little bit and pick a lot in the bag, put a lot in your bag, come back to that road, and then use that bag of gold to then invest in things that'll help you to get to that mountain. But you don't want to veer off and totally forget about your dream. And sometimes, you got to learn to spot fake gold. You have to learn to spot, oh, that's not really going to take me to where I want to go. And when it doesn't take you to where you want to go, you then say, oh, well, I quit, I'm done, right? No, you use this as an opportunity to go, oh, that's fake gold. I spotted fake gold. My sister-in-law or my brother or my cousin's uncle twice removed says that he has this great idea for the next eBay, and I'm going to go and follow him on that. No, you know immediately that that's fake gold. You know immediately that that's not going to work, right? You start to spot things. Oh, I have this idea for a software. I just need a $5,000 investment or $10,000 investment, and it's your Uncle Stu who's 87 years old and can't even type on a computer. No. You know that that's fake. It might even be your young friend it's his very first business idea. I had this happen to me. I had a cousin, he had a really good business idea. I invested thousands of dollars into helping make it happen, and then he literally just went off to something else. No, nothing, just, never mind. Didn't see the project through, and I lost all that money. But then I learned how to spot stuff like that. So when someone comes to me and has this great idea, I'm like, oh, cool, that's cool. You should try it. You should try it yourself. You start to learn and see things like this. So, all that said, you have your goal, you have your mountain of gold that you're going to. Learn to pick up the gold along the way. Learn to spot fake gold. And you'll reach that mountain eventually. And on top of that, you'll have all these bags and barrels of gold that you carried along the way as well. But you still have to keep headed towards that mountain.